Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Aquarius, I did a mini meditation before I turned on the camera. I'm just going to read them out to you now and then hold them up so you can take a screenshot if you wish. These may show up in your life in the next few weeks from when you watch this video. If they do, please let me know in the comments because I would love to hear about it. It happens to me all the time when I watch other readers, all different readers. They'll mention just one little thing and it'll show up in my world. It's really amazing. For you today, Aquarius, I saw rubber bands, a softball, pain in the upper right thigh, brass knuckles, like when you're fighting somebody and you put the brass knuckles on. And then I saw boxing ring, goosebumps, or shiver bumps on your arms when you get nervous or cold, enclosed spaces or small rooms, somehow that's relevant, saltines or crackers, the lymph nodes or the lymphatic system, and left ear ringing. So that's what I saw in the mini meditation, Aquarius. So take a screen cap of that. Please let me know if they show up in your world somehow, any of these things. I'm going to do your reading today. One card for the overall energy from the Human Spirit Oracle, beautiful deck. And you're going to be using the Pulp Tarot for your tarot reading. Hope you all are having a good start to your new year. Cards have been reshuffled, but I'm just gonna do one quick. I didn't even get the words out. The words are unlock your mind. Unlock your mind. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten this card in a reading. Number 6, which is the Lover's energy, Gemini energy. Right off the bat, this makes me think of the snitch from Harry Potter, the wings on the snitch. Unlock your mind. Well, look, there's something in the crown chakra, but there's also something unlock the third eye chakra as well. This is definitely snitch-like. This key right here, the golden wings. That's quite beautiful. Peacock feathers. This is just beautiful golden hues. Keys all around. There's so many keys. It's probably hard to pick up on the camera, but they're like keys in the background. And I love this kind of light emanating from whatever is behind that wall or that door. I think it's more of like the space of the mind, right? Unlock your mind. Six as the Lover's card, the Major Arcana, can talk about divine union. Can also talk about decision making. Kind of a decision point, coming to like a vital crux of something, like it's a now or never time. It's really beautiful. Spirit, sorry, my left ear actually, it ever so slightly started to ring, but then it stopped. Wow. This is the 5th reading I've done today, but shouldn't be closing up. Throat chakra closing? Something you want to say to somebody? 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier for Aquarius, please. Past, present, future, and advice from Spirit. So I got a new lighting setup for Christmas, so hopefully everything I mean, my camera is probably a little tilted, but you're gonna be okay. I hope the lighting is okay. I think it looks okay. All right, 6 cards out so far, 2 more. Oh, 3 cards popped out. All major arcana, 2 extra ones at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana in your reading. I'm going to show you the ones at the end because this will also provide a sense of the overall energy. First card is the Sun. Best card in the deck for Aquarius. Sun talks about the whole thing, all of abundance, life-giving energy, clarity, insight, epiphany, joy, bliss, emotional stability, financial stability, all that stuff, but it came out with the Death card in reverse. Major arcana, this is Leo. This is Scorpio. Death card has been coming out for a lot of people. You know, and it makes sense too, because it's, you know, when I'm recording this reading, you could be watching this 10 years from now, who knows? But when I'm recording this reading, it's the start of our new year. And so it would make sense that a lot of people would be closing out some cycles, or they don't want to bring in something with them into the new year. However, this card is in reverse. So it's been difficult. It's like slow going almost. You are supported by this kind of very positive, affirming energy in the Sun. But there's a cycle that you need to close out. And perhaps it has something to do with a third eye or the crown chakra. It's almost like a revelation of your natural gifts, right? We can call them spiritual gifts, or we can just call them gifts, whatever it is. Your gifts in this life. What are we meant to do? How are we meant to contribute to the world, right? And sometimes it doesn't always look like great sacrifice, or, I mean, it could be, but sometimes the way that we contribute to the world is just by living our best life with harm to none, but just being happy, finding our happiness and just flowing with it. That's how we give to the world too, because when we're in a state of that beautiful harmony with ourselves, then we vibrate in such a way as to elevate others to be in harmony with themselves. And we have enough peace in our hearts that we can look at the discord in others to help them find peace. In the past energy, you got the 6 of Swords in the reverse. The effort to move on from choppy waters to calm waters, clarified by the 2 of Wands in the reverse. It's like having made your decision, right? The number 6, Lover's card is about decision making. You've already made your decision. When this card is in reverse for me, it's like we were at that the division decision point, but then we decided, okay, we're going to go left or right or whatever. But moving on from that space proved difficult for you. Maybe there were a lot of loose ends that you still have to tie up. It's difficult. It's like you could see everything in front of you, but you still had to take care of business, is what I just heard. Take care of business. Shot right out of the deck. Major Arcana number 1, the Magician. It has the power of all 4 suits of the tarot. Can access the intelligence, the resources, the heart, and the impulse to move, to manifest, to make something come from the mind space into reality. Co-creation with spirit, right? We set a goal for ourselves, and then we do everything that is within our power to do to meet that goal, and have faith that spirit will meet us in that endeavor. So you take one step towards spirit, they take 100 steps towards you, right? And there was curiosity here, Page of Swords. So really doing the research in whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, like putting in the time and the intellect and the strategy to make something come to fruition. That's great. Good for you. I mean, you're still working through some, I wanted to say old patterns, but you are on your way to making that happen for yourself. So that's great. I'm going to ask for one more clarifier. One more. What are you manifesting? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. A relationship, a partnership, a business partnership. Nine of Pentacles in the upright is somebody who, well, they look sort of like a va-va-voom in this picture, right? But in the, I don't know what made me say that, but that's what I wanted to say. Maybe one of you said that. A little va-va-voom. Nine of Pentacles usually talks about independent, single lady, not gender specific, but it's this idea that you've worked hard for what you have, you're enjoying it to its fullest, but it's singular. And when the card is in reverse, it's kind of like partnership. So you could be manifesting some partnership, some teamwork. Could be romantic, could be platonic. In the current energy, Page of Wands, not being afraid at all of taking some new steps. Not being afraid of asking some potentially challenging questions and then taking a step forward towards it. I'm being asked to look at this energy here, which is the pyramids of Giza, or just 3 pyramids that happen to be in a row. There are lots of pyramids on the earth that align with Orion's belt. I said that in another reading and it felt relevant here too. So that's important for somebody to know. Did you know that the pyramids, the Great Pyramids of Giza, align perfectly to the constellation Orion? I think they said down to the inch. That's how perfect they are. There is such a sense of a greater intelligence here, right? Greater intelligence that you may be tapping into. Perhaps for the first time is what I just heard. Not to say you're not intelligent. You've been tapping into your own intelligence, but it's like tapping into divine intelligence. Understanding that you are tapping into it. You've been tapping into it, but understanding and being cognizant and aware that, oh, that's what that is. So this is the example that I give people sometimes. Like, ever since I was little, I've been that person that friends always came to for advice, because I just always gave good advice. And I was really proud of that. I was always level head, whatever. I'm not a level-headed person. Sometimes I'm a wackadoo. But when it comes to other people, I'm very level-headed. I want the best for people. Then come to realize after my spiritual awakening, oh, I was just channeling spirit the entire time, my entire life. I just didn't know that I was. So giving props to spirit where props are due. But the Page of Wands is curiosity and acting on that curiosity, even in small incremental steps. It's clarified, however, by the Tower, which is very interesting. Tower. This reminds me of an old Stephen King book. I don't know which one. It just looks like one of them. Maybe because he wrote the Dark Tower series. I don't know. that could be relevant for somebody out there. Maybe you've read the Dark Tower series. But the Tower energy, and they're upright, talks about great upheaval, great shock and awe and surprise coming from spirit, shaking up the system. But when it's in reverse, it's almost like averting disaster, that you avoided disaster, avoided catastrophe, avoided something that could have not been so good for you. Ace of Cups, curious in the reverse, clarifying that, okay, maybe this was something that you thought was divinely guided. It could be a relationship, because you are manifesting some kind of relationship. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, but you are manifesting some kind of connection. At least the Aquariuses that I'm reading for, that's what you're manifesting. If that's not what you're doing, that's not your reading. But there could have been something here that you could have misconstrued as being divinely guided, like, oh, I think this is the one, right? And it turned out not to be, but you figured it out and averted disaster. So that's great. The first time that I've seen the Ace of Cups in reverse is a good thing, because it's coupled, right? It's all about the context in tarot. It's the context of whatever is behind it. It's like stepping your toe into something. You know, maybe this is just you like dating and just saying, yeah, I'm recognizing what I'm worth. I'm recognizing what's not in my best and highest good. I'm recognizing what is actually not from spirit. Get one more clarifier on that. Empress in reverse. Major Arcana number 3. Lots of Major Arcanas in your reading today. This card is in reverse though, so it's kind of like, yep, your Empress always allows things to come to her. Divine feminine energy. She carries the power of all 4 queens of the tarot. She's super attractor. But it's almost like saying, you know, you're going forward towards something. You're not waiting. There's no waiting in your current energy. What's coming up in your future energy? That's beautiful. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity. Doors opening. Could cause you to go a little bit into hermit mode though, interestingly enough. Hermit mode, the Hermit, Major Arcana number 9, talks about a dark night of the soul, a spiritual awakening, taking time out, taking a time out, kind of retreating into yourself so that you can heal some trauma, heal some generational trauma, inner child trauma. Very important work. It's crucial, critical work. When you do that work, it's like you release it, right? Maybe that's what's happening right now. This process of release. And every time you release, it's like a little ray of sunshine comes through to heal you. And when that happens, the more space you make, the more prosperous you become. Because you're no longer hanging on to baggage, heavy baggage that has no space in your world anymore. I mean, it all makes sense. Look, Page of Pentacles, right? You take one step towards the universe, they take 100 steps towards you. That's beautiful. 2 pages in the upright, I love it. 3 pages in the upright. Sorry, you got 3 pages. Really exploring at this time, really feeling adventurous, feeling like a sense of newness. Pages, this is like a message. A message from spirit, a small but significant offering, right? So it's almost like you're going to take baby steps to work your way up to the big kahuna. That's what I just heard. The big kahuna. I don't know, where do they say that? In Hawaii? Maybe you're from Hawaii. 2 cards came out. I asked for more clarification. 7, double 7, both in reverse. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. I like to see the 7 of Swords in reverse. I'm not a big fan of the 7 of Swords. I know that it's not like a negative card, but it always is very tricky, trickstery energy, and I'm not a big fan. I mean, look at what she's doing. She's like breaking into a bank vault, you know? And look at this. I mean, both of these cards, 7s can be a little bit of conflict. Not like the 5s, but like choice points. 7 of Pentacles in reverse is saying like kind of letting go of the effort that you've put into an endeavor that is just kind of wasting your time, right? 7 of Swords in reverse, no longer procrastinating, right? There's almost like, I'm done procrastinating is what I just heard. I'm done procrastinating. I'm walking towards what belongs to me, my life's path, my life's blueprint, right? And Spirit's going to say, we welcome you with open arms, opening that door. We end here with advice from Spirit, which is so interesting. It's Swords energy, which is your suit. 8 of Swords in the upright, Justice card in the reverse. This Justice card, I'm telling you, this Justice card has been just really prominent in at least 4 of the general readings. Aquarius is always last but not least. So I'm not going to see this Justice card for a while because I won't use this deck for a while, but when the Justice card is in reverse, it just talks about there's just a little bit more karmic balance that needs to play out. What does that mean? There's some lessons that need to be learned. One of them could be you trapping yourself in your own thoughts and anxiety. And Spirit is saying, please release yourself, unlock your mind, unlock all of this. This is all in the mind space. Making something to be maybe bigger than it is, more dramatic than it needs to be. So 8 of Swords, please clarify. 6 of Cups, Hierophant in reverse. Letting go of this idea that there need to be standards and constriction and rules. Reinventing, we're learning the rules to break them is what I just heard. Letting go completely of what was in the past. 6 of Cups talks about reminiscing. Perhaps on something that someone once gave you. Perhaps it was their cup of love and you're trying to let it go, right? Trying to let it go. It's not easy. This is hard work, but it's almost like what a sweet reward will come if you can just free it's almost like I see all these downloads that want to come from Spirit, but there's like a bottlenecking. It's like they're all being siphoned in very, very slowly because, I don't know, fear maybe? There's a great suggestion here to meditate. Just blank. Keep your mind blank. Eventually, the thoughts will come in and don't question them. Just go with the flow, right? That's what I do for these mini meditations. There's some weird stuff weird imagery that came out. But I don't sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to, that sounds weird. Oh, who cares? What did I say in your reading? Oh, I didn't say it in your reading. In the last reading, I saw Cracker Jack. I hate that snack. Cracker Jack's like gross to me. I saw Cracker Jack. I wrote it down. That's not even weird. Brass knuckles, that's your reading? That's strange. I don't use brass knuckles. Ambulance. Ambulance. Interesting. Anytime I see emergency response vehicles come up and down my street while I'm reading, Emergency, emergency, very important message. Meditate, clear your mind to allow for that bottlenecking of downloads to flow freely. Write it down, right? Write it down. It may not make sense to you in that moment, but it could make sense to you later. It could be really, really profound. Could unlock the new beginning that you've been waiting for. That's your reading, Aquarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aquarius.